Hi everyone, welcome to our stress management group. I'm really happy that all of you could make it here tonight and talk about stress and what stresses us out and what works for us. Before we get started, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Katie. I am currently a graduate student at Bowling Green State University. I'm in the clinical mental health counseling program there. So I'm still learning, and so what that means is there's some things that I'm bound to ethically and legally. I want to discuss confidentiality before we get any further into the group. Has anybody ever heard of that before? Yeah, everybody's familiar? Good. So just to recap, what that means is that anything that's said in this room stays in this room legally and ethically. I am not allowed to share anything unless any of you express the intent to harm yourself or other, have suicidal or homicidal ideations or thoughts, or unless I become aware of anybody taking advantage of vulnerable people, which may be children or adults. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns about any of that? Okay, can you all just raise your hand just to signify that you understand what confidentiality is? Awesome. So along with that, we are part of a group. I want us to be able to trust each other and build rapport. Although you all are not bound to the same things that I am, I do ask that you please keep what is said in this room in this room. I don't want people to share other people's information, because think about that. If someone went out and shared your information, that wouldn't make you feel good, and vice versa. So I please ask that you keep whatever is said in this room in this room. Okay? Perfect. So how this is going to work is I'm going to pose a question, and whoever would like to answer can answer. And then whoever answers will just start and go to their right, okay? If you don't want to answer, that's totally fine too. You do have the right to pass, and that is totally fine, okay? So if you're not comfortable with the question, just let me know and we'll go to the next person, okay? So my question is, I want to know, tell me about a time when you were stressed out and what you did to cope with that stress. So take a minute to think about it if you need, and whoever would like to start can start whenever you're ready. Okay, Kirsty.
I was really recently stressed starting the beginning of the school semester because I had lots of class and working full time, and I'm also planning a wedding, so I'm really stressed. And honestly, what I did is I took a nap. So
thank you for sharing. Yep. So I will go next then. Oh wait, can I say right or left? Okay.
Hi. I've been really stressed out for a multitude of reasons, but one of them involves working a 71-hour work week.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to do is figure out what can be eliminated and where I can find more time for myself. That's tricky though, so I have to take it slow, but I'm getting there.
Thank you for sharing.
Well, I mean, every day is pretty stressful with grad school and working and all that stuff. So I go in the morning, 2 days a week. I have my practicum, so I'm at school all day, and then I have volleyball practice right after that, and then I'll have class 6 to 9. And the nights I don't have class, I have volleyball games till late at night. So I'm just kind of crazy. The best way I deal with it is every single night I get puppy cuddles with my dogs every night. They sleep with us in the bed, so I get to just love on those little fur balls.
Thank you for sharing.
So, like she said, life is every day just feels, a lot of work, a lot of school, a lot of everything. And so sometimes I just feel like there are way too many things in a day. I just can't pack it all in. I kind of lose my head. And then some nights of the week I come home and my stress reliever is to sit down with my 16-year-old son and watch Big Brother, and then like Hell's Kitchen or something. Just like maybe it's because it's other people's drama. I don't know. Because I usually don't like reality shows, but like 2 of them help me.
Yeah.
Somehow it takes me out of my own stuff and helps me like kind of marvel at someone else's, drama.
Thank you for sharing.
I think kind of along with what they said, just the stressful work-school balance. It's just kind of crazy sometimes. So I think what I do every night is I try to just watch one show on Netflix, and that just kind of decompresses me after a crazy day.
Thank you for sharing. I will also share. I'm recently stressed out about making a budget. Something that I've struggled with for a long time. And so we had a week where we were kind of tight on money, so that had me stressed out. But I guess kind of just making a visual reminder of like when what bill was due and whatever, that kind of made it a little less stressful for me. So something that I noticed is that a lot of you seem to be stressed out either at work or school, and the way that we all kind of cope with it is our own form of self-care. Taking time for ourselves, doing something that we enjoy that maybe makes us forget about whatever was stressing us. So I'm wondering if anybody felt connected to anybody else, and if so, who did you feel connected to? Take a minute to think about it if you need to. Whoever would like to share. Morgan?
I feel like I connected with Lauren. This summer I was kind of going through almost the same thing that she was, so I've kind of been in her shoes before.
Thanks for sharing. Would you mind telling Lauren, looking at Lauren and saying that?
I have also been through a 70-hour work week on top of school, on top of life. So I've been there, and I've been there. So I understand the stress that you go through.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Does anybody else want to share anything at all?
I connected with Megan, right? I'm sorry. Because she was talking about watching the show on Netflix. And I do think for me, the simple shows and just a simple thing like that to do, it's not like a huge task, but it helps me to just like escape for a while and sing.
Would you mind looking at Megan and saying
Yeah. So I really identified with what you said about watching a show, because I know sometimes people try these complex, I have to de-stress and I'm going to go to the spa and everything. But sometimes just like laying in your bed watching a show just kind of does wonders. So.
Thank you for sharing. So what I'm hearing is that to de-stress, we like to do things that are fun, or like watching TV, like what you just said, gives you a little bit of relaxation, time to yourself, time to look at other people's problems and maybe not focus so much on your own, and that brings you a little bit of de-stressing time for yourself. Yeah, good. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time for tonight. I would like to thank all of you for coming. We learned a lot about each other and we built some rapport. So next week we will meet at the same time in the same place, and I will see you all then. Have a good night and drive safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I might do my login.
Yeah.
Just bring it to me.
You get real close to you.